guys, today we are playing a table called Black and Red by Inder from 1975. But an interesting thing about this table was the backglass artists of the real table misspelled red and they used two E's. So the table went into production as Black and Reed, which was an interesting side note that JP Sauce wrote. And you can tell because if you go to the IPDB, the pinball database, it's Black and Reed, but the authors of this table wanted to correct that. So here we go. This was a recommendation from one of my subs. And I think I've played this before, but I don't think I had a video for it. But let's go here. Ooh, it's got some nice sounds. Really nice chimes and... Okay, look at this here. So, what I'm noticing, which is really cool, is we have some mushroom pop bumpers. You see that little yellow one over there? You have a kick-out hole. And you have the horseshoe loop in the middle with 4 captive balls. A very interesting design. And this table is definitely not symmetrical. But look at that. Look at how that plays. That is actually very interesting design-wise. You know, I've seen tables with horseshoes like that in the middle with 1 captive ball, but now you have 4, and that's really interesting because the captive ball can hit the other captive ball, or balls for that matter. That is so cool. Also love the artwork of these jesters here. A lot of pinball tables have been based on card games. Poker, blackjack. Ow! That's interesting also with that mushroom poppers there. Kind of serves as a pin, you know? Oh! Wait a minute here. Okay. Relatively high scoring EM as well. And you also got to notice the square bumper caps, which was very common for this manufacturer, Inder. I think all of their tables were probably used square bumper caps. Could be wrong though. Let's go again here. Okay, that's it, entering our name, our initials. So, fill me in, guys. Is Black and Red... It's got to be an actual card game, right? I've never heard about it. I don't know the rules of Black and Red, if it is a card game. But it looks like it could be interesting. It must have been if it became a pinball theme. Pinball table. So, I'm no card expert, but I'm sure one of you guys knows what it is. I've learned a lot from you guys. So I really want to say again, I appreciate you guys, to everyone I talk to and meet on these videos. It's been really awesome getting to know you guys. Oh, jeez! Like I've said many times before, and a lot of other people have said it, pinball has got one of the coolest communities that I've ever been a part of. I mean, you know, pinball was something that I got into, which is actually kind of interesting. Well, I used to be really into to drinking. I used to be a heavy drinker. couple years ago, and when I stopped drinking and I curbed it, pinball was one of the first things that kind of got my mind off it, and I would watch like pop-up pinball videos, and one of the first games was, I think, the Pinball Arcade, and I remember watching the videos and tutorials on Junkyard, and I was like, this is so cool. And then, of course, when 2020 came and all that nonsense happened, it was something I got back into, and that was the same time as well that I got into VPX in 2021. And I'll never forget the first time I got VPX to run a table. I was ecstatic. I mean, I was downloading tables left and right because I had trouble getting it started, getting it set up, and that's why I have compassion for people who are having trouble setting it up, and I try to help them set it up as best I can. But there can be so many things that go wrong when setting it up. For me, when I did it, I was extracting the ROM file instead of putting it in the ROM folder. But after, I don't know who I watched or what I read, but after I realized that the ROM is not meant to be extracted, and I could put a coin in and I heard it do its thing, I was so happy. But I think another problem with setting up VPX is the VPin MAME part was also, I think, an issue for me, because I think you have to make sure you have the latest VPin MAME, and then when you download, like if you download a version of VPX, usually it comes with a VPin MAME, and you just want to extract that, but you want to make sure you click on it and let it run the 64-bit version and the regular one. I honestly don't know if I'm making sense to any guys who have not set it up, but that was two of the things that I remember when I was setting it up. It was getting the VPin MAME thing going and not extracting the ROM, and making sure the ROM was in the ROM folder instead of somewhere else. Well, guys, thank you for watching me play Black and Red, also called Black and Read, by Inder, and thank you for the recommendation. Hope you learned something. I had fun playing it. It's a very unique table. You got the mushroom pop bumper there, the horseshoe in the middle with the captive balls. You have 4 of them. Kick out hole, interesting, and it's very asymmetrical. So, until next time, I'll catch you later. Take care.